right, so we can also take a look at what happens when I start with the blank artboard. I can place my image in too, so I can come to File, Place, and I can get my image from the desktop, and I can come on in and I can say Place. And I can hit, now when I do so, I get this little image and I can click and there it is. Now, what I want to do again in order to turn it into a vector is come on in, I'm going to do black and white logo, and it does image trace. Now, my next step is to expand it. Again, the difference between my black arrow and my white arrow, when I click on my white arrow, I can select certain parts, direct select, right? So I'm going to delete the white background. Now I'm going to come in with this arrow and I'm going to add some color. So I can actually even come in and add some variations of color. So I can select some of these and lighten some, darken some. That was a little bit darker, excellent. I can click onto this guy and maybe even go a little bit darker. Again, sometimes the best thing is to zoom in so I can get even a better handle on what it is that I'm looking at. So I can click onto this. I'll go right to here, click this one, go to here, and click this one right in there. Okay, excellent. So I have a little bit of variation on these. Now, again, what I want to do though is select this whole thing, move it over. I want to keep this original one. And when we do this image trace, although what we've done, this black line feels like a stroke, it really is not. So it's seen more as an image. So for instance, if I come and I click, and I just want to zoom in so you can see here, we can see that there actually are anchor points on both sides. So it really is seen as a shape, okay? All right, so I can come on in too, and what I've done is I'm going to copy and paste it and then do some editing to the image. Okay, so I have my original, I come on in, edit, copy, edit, paste in front. I can move this guy on over here and I'm going to zoom it on in. I have the whole thing selected. I love the hand. I can move things around. The whole thing selected. I come to Object, Path, Simplify. Okay, now I can show the original if I'd like to, so I can see how it's changed. I want to do my preview, and I've gone from 1,590 anchor points to 294. Let's up the curve precision a little bit more, and let's up the angle threshold just a little bit. And let's hit OK and click on off, and we can see there we have it. Now it's really interesting to think that these two actually look very similar, but we definitely have gotten rid of a lot of anchor points. All right, well, let's change it up even a little bit more. Let's come to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in front. Let's take this image, pull it on down again. We could change the color if we'd like to. Let's zoom it on in. And let's get rid of that colored, the stroke. So I'm going to click onto that right in there. And now I want to get rid of it, but if I hit select, it will select it in all of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my black arrow, I'm going to double click on this object. Now I'm in isolation mode, so I can edit this and these other images are not affected. I'm going to grab my white arrow, I'm going to select that color, I'm going to come to select same fill color, and I'm going to hit delete. All right, so I think this actually looks pretty cool. Now it just has a nice white line around it. I'm going to hit escape to get out of isolation mode. And I can see what I've done very easily is now I have 3 versions of this. I could come on in a little bit closer. I could, add even a little bit, even a little bit more space. Okay, and we can see that, we could really keep going and going with this. Move this over a little bit. And again, working with all of these guys. Oh, again, to really get a good handle of it. Coming on in. All right, so the possibilities are endless. We can do one more. We can change the colors all up. Again, I'm going to select this guy. Oopsie. I'm going to select this guy. Actually, I'm going to grab my black arrow, select it. Now I have it all. Edit, copy, edit, paste in front. One more. Sometimes too, we can move these guys around, all these different variations. We can change colors. Let's grab this guy. I want to zoom it on in a little bit more. Now I'm going to go into isolation mode with this guy just because it'll be easier to edit him and not affect everyone else. So I can see that I'm in isolation mode. Okay, first thing I want to do is I'm going to get rid of the stroke as well. It's not a stroke, forgive me, the dark color around us. So I'm going to come on in, click onto it one more time. I'm going to come to select same fill color. I'm going to hit delete. Okay, now I could take each one of these and simplify them on their own. So I come to Object, Path, Simplify, right? And I can really work with each one and get each one how I want it to be. I could say, I want to simplify this one even more, right? I could get rid of the angle threshold and say, okay, I like that. I could select this one, again, Object, Path, Simplify, okay? I can up it a little bit, up this, hit OK. Okay, same thing. Maybe I'll do the same colored ones at the same time. I could grab these four. Object, I can come to Path, I can come to Simplify, and I can work with them, whatever it is. I want to be able to see the whole thing too. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to click off, H, pull this on down. Okay, one more time. I'm going to select this guy. Again, I'll select the same color. I'll come select same fill color, and then I'm going to simplify them. Object, Path, Simplify. I'll hit OK. Okay, we'll click onto this guy, select same fill color, Object, Path, Simplify. I'm just going to leave that as it is, and then I think I have this last one, Object, Path, Simplify. Okay, all right, there we have it. I can change the color of this one if I'd like to. Let's change it on up. Let's come on in. Let's go for an more of like a decisions. Sometimes decisions are not always easy. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. All right, there we have it. Now we could also come in if we wanted to and add strokes to these shapes. I'm going to zoom it on out, see what we have. I think it's starting to look pretty good. Again, we can work with the negative space in between our shapes by moving things around and seeing what it is that we have. All right, thanks for listening. The possibilities with this are endless. We can then, come on in and use these images that we're creating in a variety of projects. We can use them to make patterns and much, much more. Okay, let's take a look. Before we close, I'm going to get out of isolation mode. Very, very easily, we have created 4 different slight variations on our image, on our sketch, and I like the bottom 2 the best, as we've moved working from Photoshop, from our sketchbook to Photoshop, and then to Illustrator. Thanks so much for listening, and that's it.